Um, Hello everybody. It seems these days I'm not too excited about what's going on in this world, but um, it's hard, when you've got family members who really can't say it and they won't hear. They'll listen to you, but they kind of shut it off because they can't believe that the people they voted for are bad. Here in my state, in Michigan, there's been murders upon murders in the capital city too. There's also been kids taking guns to school, kids of color beating up teachers. My grandson, I just learned today that, of course, I don't go on Facebook anymore, so, but he was called a cracker by um, a kid that's half, black and I don't know what else, but called him a cracker, and somebody told my daughter he spit on. No, he didn't. I don't believe that the kid, my grandson, spit on that kid because I raised my kids a little different, and they didn't hate. And I know my daughter, especially this one. Well, they're both like that about treating people the same as they want to be treated. So the only way a kid would get that idea is from school. And then I heard just a little while ago on the news somebody broke into a gun store not too far from where I live. God knows who that is. The other night I heard there was fentanyl. DEA busted some had drug bust fentanyl and opiates, and that is the same amount that they would get from the border coming into my state. God knows where else it's going. That's why the 60,000 people that the migrants that are moving this way are not coming all together. There's a caravan coming from Tapachula, and supposedly they're going to get, some of them are going to get asylum in Mexico, but the rest of them want to come here. But that's just a ploy to get the people to look at them while there's people coming in through those open holes in those fences from the cartels and stuff. And if you've seen how many of those people with children were men, you would be disgusted. And if you heard the stuff that I heard, and I believe it to be true because it ain't the first time stuff's happened to children like that, and we all know it. I don't hate the people in charge. I'm angry. I dislike them very, very much, but I'm angry. I'm angry that they push this fear and they're blaming conspiracy theorists when they take us off YouTube if we say anything. It's not us that's freaking doing it. It's them. When you got Biden down there, or was that West or Virginia the other day, was saying some bad stuff about the Republican Party. White supremacists, and you name it, he said it. There's nothing wrong with that man's head. I do not care what anybody says. I've seen him talk. That's just a freaking something to make you think, oh, what poor old guy. I don't feel sorry for him. I don't. I know where that man's headed. It's not good. All those people there that are pushing this stuff they're bad. Evil. It's evil that's driving them. It's demons. These people that are coming into this country, we don't know who they are. They get into this country, it takes at least 6 or 7 years to even ask for asylum. And then most of them don't get it, or they don't show up for the court date. So they're buried in this country. When you got sanctuary cities like our capital city and stuff like that, that they're harbingers for the illegal migrants, so they protect them. I mean, my sister-in-law tried to tell me, oh, Detroit. No. Detroit's a bad city, but the capital city's ain't getting too pretty either lately. And it's just frustrating, isn't it? You can't tell them nothing because it's like beating your head up against the wall. You may as well shut your mouth. Because when you choose this world over the next world, you got problems. Nobody has well, there are people that have faith, but those are the ones that are taken off YouTube and all these other platforms. You just don't hear about them because they're gone. All I see is the freaking ghost stuff, or somebody look for stupid ghosts that freaking ain't even there. Pretend. Then you got people claiming they're stalked when they're freaking. I know they're playing. It's all a big act. You can tell when people are lying. And when they're not, when they first lie, and usually you can tell when a person's lying when they're not used to lying. Because they're not as surprised. But I'll do a video on that pretty soon. Also, the Build Back Stupid plan of those turbines and all that other stuff. First, they're going to shut down the copper mines here in this country, in the United States. Get it elsewhere. And guess what runs those turbines? You have to have quite a bit of copper. I think it's copper. But you have to have a lot of that stuff. They're getting it from other countries. Another thing, and I've known this for a long time. They send money to these countries, but they don't make sure where the heck it goes. It goes straight to the dictator. The dictator takes the money, the people don't see it. It's always been that way. The other guy that was before this administration, he sent money to help a country, but he also sent a team to help them do it. And actually, in Afghanistan, all the stuff that went on there was just a waste of money. And God knows where those people are. See, my sister-in-law don't even know that stuff. And she don't believe what I say because I'm not a news anchor. I don't have to be a news anchor. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm just old. But I'm not going to choose this world over the next world. Or God's world. You know, and they're still running around in fear. I mean, she had high blood pressure for a freaking long time. Wasn't scared of that. And not too long. I mean, it was almost 15 years. It was like over 200, and she never did anything about it when the dentist told her twice, 2 or 3 times to do something. She never did, and it caught up with her not too long ago. But yet somebody speaks up, about something that's you can't see in the air, they freak out. When there's other things out there that can freaking do you in. Oh, by the way, there's going to be a shortage on alcohol. I heard that from bartenders. I seen them on the news. Telling you. I don't think they should legalize marijuana either. I know a lot of people probably hate me for saying that, but that's true. The last thing people need right now is to be paranoid. And that's the way I felt when I smoked that stuff. And I only did twice. And I ain't the only one. There's about at least 5 or 6 people I know that felt the same way. Never took drugs other than prescription. Didn't do that stuff, but I drank. And that's bad news. Because sometimes people get angry and when they drink, with this world the way it is, we're just having too many shootings. I mean, gun control is not the answer because people are going to get their guns from down south, the criminals. So that's not going to be the answer. Because when you take guns from the citizens, the criminals freaking going to get them. And now, the last thing we need is a bunch of fentanyl and that stuff around with all these suicides and stuff caused by the governments. Wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for these high and mighty dictators telling us what to do. I think kids are, they can't handle that stuff. People don't realize that. And then they go to school and then they freaking, everybody's calling them racist because they're white. It's wrong. What do those kids go through when they go to school? 1 minute they're freaking, having a good old time, and the next thing you know, they're racist because of the color of their skin. I'll tell you who's racist, Biden. And you can ask, there are people I watch on YouTube that are black and don't like Biden and his policies and his stuff about this critical race theory and stuff. Biden is racist. He's the white supremacist. And I'll probably get this taken down because all those Biden lovers out there freaking hate that. But I told my sister-in-law today, I says, ain't no one better call me the white supremacist because I'm not. I treat people the way I want to be treated. I'm usually treated bad by lately by people of color, but I treat them good. You know, a lot of them, are okay with it, but there are some that just, they have a chip on their shoulder. I've lived a long time on this freaking earth. Lived through the 60s. Was in a segregated neighborhood. And it was the people of color that were the ones trying to beat us up. We weren't raised that way, but we had to fight. I did most of the fighting to save my younger brother from getting beat up. I mean, when they take, like, their cousins lived across the street. They were of color, but they played with us. The mother said she was a nurse. She says, I don't play that game. But the cousins down the street did. They threw rocks at them, hitting them in the head because they played with us. But that didn't stop the kids from doing it. They even brought Easter eggs over to our house. Colored Easter eggs. It's just, we grew up through that stuff. Biden and Pelosi and some of Whitmer. There's some of these people that just want to be in charge. And Biden is not in my generation. Pelosi's surely not in my generation. Maxine Waters, all those people. Mitch McConnell, Gary Peters, they're all career politicians. See, that's the thing with the 45th. The former president, he was a businessman. He wasn't a politician. I don't know, maybe people won't like me because I'm talking about that, but, I get angry. And it bothers me, Because crap, you can't see your freaking case manager because everybody else is. Or if you see a psychiatrist, you can't even see them because somebody else is. They haven't got enough of those either to go around. They haven't got enough hospital staff. They haven't got a lot of prison guards, state troopers, road commission, stuff like that. Nobody wants to work because they enjoy the free money. Well, it's not going to last forever. And if you think that taking what Biden says and making the corporations pay their fair share, well, I guarantee you, they pay their fair share, but if they have to pay extra, it's going to go right directly to the people of this country. It's going to hit. There you go, trickle down. It's going to trickle down to the freaking consumer. They used to make fun of President Reagan, but he was right. Crap, when old Ross Perot was running, he was right. Good grief, he dang near prophesied. That was a long time ago. Okay, he was from Texas, an oil man or something like that. But yeah, this country can run itself if we didn't have people like we got in the big house. This country can run by itself, and Trump proved it. But now it's getting run into the ground, and nobody gives a rat's butt about it. I mean, you got pastors telling people to take the heebie-jeebies in the army, when it should be a person's personal choice. My body, my choice. But that's not allowed. We're, conservatives. We're all racist. I had a guy made fun of me because I was part Native American. Made fun of me, and I said, I suppose you're German. He said, yeah. I said, well, you're stupid too. But I never got no reparations. I don't expect nothing from anybody. I just want to live my life and be left alone, I don't need the government telling me what to do. I know what to do. Biden ain't. Catholic. Just say it all right there. Catholic Charities and all these organizations, these bleeding hearts, they're the ones that are bringing all these migrants in here. And last night this morning I watched something from Real Anthony. He was out there at the border with a bunch of people. And there was like, besides the 5,000 that are coming through, and supposedly to Yuma, there's like 225 people there coming across the river. That's the way they do it. It gets pretty nasty for those little kids. It's disgusting. Those poor kids, God only knows what's going to happen with kids. I mean, they don't know any different. I'm talking the smaller ones, maybe the older ones might, but the smaller kids, they don't know what's going on. And then they get raped. That's sad. They get that. They do that stuff in front of people across the river so they can figure out how big they are. That's sad. And then where are they going from there? When they come in with grown men, and like I say, they're young men. They're like in their 20s, early 30s. What's going to happen to kids? They found kids in the bushes because they were dumped off after the person got in there. Babies and stuff like that. Yeah, if you get a chance, go to Real Anthony Aguero and Oscar El Blue. Also, if you want social media where they're not going to block what you're saying, no, it's a conservative social media, but it's called Frank Speech. It's frankspeech.com. Then there's another one called Getter. Gettr. And then there's Locals is another one, which is pretty good. That's where Stanton, Michigan, and that is. And this Lawyer I watch. defense attorney, Robert Gruller. But yeah, I just wanted to be on here just tell you I'm still here, figuring out what I'm going to do next, thinking and thinking. I'm not thinking too hard though. But I just wish that part of my family would get with the freaking program. I mean, I'll just let them freaking follow it, It's their choice. They want to be stupid and believe what the all the other news is telling them. They can do it. They can be lied to. I don't care anymore. You can't tell them. You can't talk to them. But yeah, I want to do something about Moloch. I think that's what it means, though. It has something to do with satanic stuff. At Randonautica, it's got an owl with a head chopped off under its arm. It's an app. Everybody playing it. I didn't even know it existed until I freaking changed my, got rid of my other channel, went on a new one. Or I got rid of. I'm on a different channel now, but I still have the old one. But it doesn't have the videos. So that's where I started finding out about Randonautica. And these people freaking conjuring demons and supposedly talking to demons. And demons pushing them and demons doing this, demons doing that. They need to wake up and get with the program. Dude, it's freaking insane. And they lie. I can't believe it. People pay them freaking money and they sit there and freaking bold-faced lie. I don't need money that dang bad. I mean, I'm poor. I'm in poverty, the poverty level, way down there. Because I'm a senior citizen, one of the poor ones. But I ain't going to sit there and lie. And I don't even think if my channel had a bunch of people, I would want to monetize it. Because Jesus, he wouldn't do it. So that's the way I look at it. Some of those people, that makes me mad when they ask for money. Trying to make them feel guilty. I don't like that. It's hard right now. If you don't want to, if you can't do it and understand that some people can't pay and you can't keep on making your videos because they can't pay, then you got a problem. If you are feel that justified in what you're doing is right, you're not going to sit there and make people feel guilty about it. If you believe in Jesus Christ, you're not going to make people feel guilty about it. But yeah, I'm just figure I'm here to do a job, and that's what God put me here for. That's why I'm here. That's why we're all here. We have to face the music. And like I said before, people have had it too dang easy in this country. And now they're not even standing up for themselves. You got some, but they're called, you don't hear about them. Or they're called nasty names because they stick up for themselves. Oh well, let them do it. That's the way I look at it. But anyway, if you get a chance, go to the Dollar Tree. If you have one there, you can get a lot of stuff for $1 still. The one we've got close to where I live, it doesn't look like there's too much of it that's gone. I mean, yeah, they got, you know, stuff pulled to the front, but it's still there. I don't know how long it's going to take for people. That's why you need to prepare, is because when the stuff hits the fan, you don't want to be out there in the stores and stuff like that. You want to be able to stay home and know you're going to be taken care of. You know, that's why you should be doing that stuff. You know, and even if it's going to happen, I'm not, you know, it's going to happen. But even if it didn't, you would have extra, because inflation's going to get pretty bad, which it already is now. The bottleneck doesn't help. Biden doesn't care because he sure the heck ain't out there fixing it. He ain't fixing the border neither. None of these people are doing anything but sitting there going to other countries, begging for them to do their stupid, build back stupid. If it works, don't fix it. Because all these corporations, they get a discount for going green. So they were already doing that. But no, Biden wants to change that and put all those windmills in here. That's another thing. I'm going to do a video on that because I found something very interesting about that 5G and all that other stuff they got out there. You find very interesting. That's where all the birds are going, the animals and stuff. Because I don't see too many birds around here anymore. Not like I used to when I was a kid. And it's not global warming. It's all this stuff, this green crap they're doing. Especially those windmills, those turbines. But, I don't know. This one woman said, freaking dang hurricanes, that's white supremacist. Freaking dang. How the heck could a hurricane be white supremacist? Jesus, that's the cause of it. How crazy. But anyway, I want to let you go and say God bless. And I'm still here working on things. You know, I'm trying to get things straightened around and this and that. But I'm going to bring those videos out. Watch them take them down. They already shadow banned me, so what's the point? But I'm going to keep doing it. So I want to say God bless all of you and God keep you protected from what's coming and from the evil in this world. And God, you know, put his arms around you and hold you tight, you know. God bless, and I say peace be with you.